the wire, and you got a little zigzag of wire in there and back on down. See, here I will use the flexible stuff because you want that to move. This is working
so flexible
rigging.
For the
Yeah, and this stuff, like this is all flexible because it doesn't do anything except get caught in the weeds. So
okay, so the control cables are
anything you're going to get your fingers stuck in, you want to be able to move. Anything that's going to get caught in the weeds, let it move. But when you want the wing cellular to lock up, use reel rigging.
Those is real rigging. Is that the Greg Thomas type reel rigging? Or is it not? It's just normal thread. It's not normal thread, is it?
Use high quality cotton thread, and otherwise you end up with a lot of fuzzies on it, and they don't look very good. The cheap stuff. There's an outfit called Metrocene. I think it's Swiss. It's some of the highest quality thread I've seen. It looks as good or better than silk. Silk's nice, but it's expensive.
Okay.
And hard to find. But if you can find Metrocene, that works very well.
And I see that you've also have some dihedral.
Tip dihedral. Yeah, fake tip dihedral. There, you just bring the last bay up to the top rather than the top down. It doesn't detract from the look of the airplane as much, and it does give you some effective dihedral.
Yes. Can I see your landing gear setup? So there's only just normal like oil stall type landing gear to one of the main bulkhead.
Right. Wired runs down the strut, across the bulkhead, and back down here in a very conventional manner. The back struts are just glued on, and they're there for decoration. And
this slides in.
They're free to float into the fuselage.
In the fuselage.
Yeah.
It slides into a hole there.
Yeah.
And there's no glue between the fuse and the front strut either.
Look at it this way. Here.
This one's a little trickier because
it goes through both stuff.
The wing and the fuselage.
Yikes. Okay.
But, most of the time it just goes right into the bottom of one or the other. This one had to do both. But it had to be scaled.
And what about this combing thing here? What is it?
Crayola Model Magic.
Model Magic. What's that?
It's hard to describe. It's sort of like a lightweight modeling clay that will dry to almost like a paper mache sort of consistency. Very smooth, easy to work with. You roll it out into a long, thin rope and use it for whatever purposes you deem. I've used it for exhausts. I don't know that that's what it is on this one, but I have used it for exhausts and all sorts of oddball little curved bits.
The advantage is that it's light,
and easy to work with.
You
can paint it. This was just done with a magic marker very quickly. And,
so this, you just roll it up with like a piece of wood or whatever on a plate.
Right.
Did you pre-shape it when it was still not dry? Because it does dry after a couple of hours.
Yeah, overnight till it really dries up or sets up well. But you just kind of drape it in place to get the rough shape. It'll still move after it is dry, and
with a bit of spit, I hear.
A little extra moisture will help it if it's reluctant.
I like spit.
And spit works for moisture.
And Crayola for that. Very good. And what's this? This looks like maybe fishing wire.
Yeah, fishing line, nylon fishing line for all kinds of small details. It's lightweight and easy to work with.
And I heard something about the technique you call scaring the monofilament filament.
Well, if you need to put a set in it, a little curve, it oftentimes wants to spring back straight. So if you use your soldering iron, you can put just enough heat on it to allow it to stay bent.
So you can tame this. Same with these guys, I guess, right? These rockers, which I've heard that those work, right?
Oh yeah, every one. And if you check closely, the timing is right on them.
I like that.
Yeah.
And man,
you want your cylinders to fire in the right order.
Of course, who wouldn't? And again, you use real wires for this.
Well, real.
This is this balsa.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of glue do you use for securing all this?
Everything that I do is done with good old-fashioned solvent-based glue because I don't like CA. It's a personal preference.
So all Duco. No flexible glue like. No.
Very unusual. I mean, I have a variety of glues, and every once in a while I drag them out, but 99% of what I do is with solvent-based glue.
That's very good. I love this dihedral thing.
That's a fairly extreme case of it, but I do that on most of my models just because it's a way of getting the effect without ruining the look of the model.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get this crummy-looking dihedral in there. Thank you, Mr. R.
You're more than welcome.
Is that? I think so. Hey, Mr. Har,
Hi.
show me this cute little thing you got there.
Rear peg.
Rear peg.
Common piece of aluminum tubing, but I cut threads on one end of it.
Cut threads? What do you mean by threads?
Just like screw threads, like you'd use on a nut or a bolt screw. Cut the threads, and then when you drill the hole for the peg, you make it a little bit undersized. You just thread that on through, pull it out, put a little glue on there to kind of toughen up the threads, and it's good forever. And that will hold no matter what. It weighs nothing, and it's foolproof.
I love it. Thank you. I will use it. I'm sure others too.
I hope so.
You'll have to be sort of